and today I'm going to be doing the ToonMe challenge, but I Toon-ify my dog instead. Now, I did a similar video to this where I Toon-ify my cat, and I will leave that in the iCard if you want to check it out. But here, I'm doing my dog because, as I said previously, I did my cat before, and I don't want to leave my dog out of this challenge, so this is my dog Chocolate. She is a 7-year-old German Short-haired Pointer mix. And if you met her, you wouldn't think she's a 7-year-old dog. She is really energetic and really sweet, so I wanted to draw her. So here I'm doing the line art before starting on anything else. And I stayed on the line art for a while. Like, not because it took a while, like it didn't take too long. It's just that I completely forgot the details for the door. Yeah, so that's kind of something you want to include, is the details for the background. So I did that, and then after that I moved on to the coloring. And for the base coloring of her fur, I originally did it too dark because in the image her fur was kind of light, so I wanted to keep it that same light chocolatey brown. That's kind of how she got her name. But I also really like the way I did her eyes. Like, her eyes are really cool. Like, they are this orangey color that fade into brown, that fade into black for the pupils. And obviously I didn't draw the pupils because that's not how I normally do the eyes. But I did the orange and brown and I blurred them together. And I really like how that turned out. Like, I really like how that looked. And then I moved on to the shading. Now, the shading I really like because the shading of the image was actually like this blue, and that shaded everything, and it was really cool. So I wanted to do something similar to that. And I really like how it turned out. Like, I don't normally shade with like just one color. Like, normally I shade with like just a darker version of the color I'm using for a certain portion. Like, if the hair is red, I'm going to shade that portion a darker red. If the jeans are blue, I'm going to shade the jeans with the darker version of the blue. You know what I'm saying? So shading with just one color was really nice and really fun, and I really like how it turned out. But with the lighting, which you could see me doing here, it actually had like 3 different colors. Like, it was like blue, like green, it was yellow at certain points. So I wanted to do 2 of those colors, which is basically the blue and the green, which I saw were being most used in the picture. So with that, I did like blues but mostly green, and I did this big green splotch, which you will see right on the left, and I blurred out the edge, which I think made it look less plasticky, because in my ToonMe challenge on my cat, I made a note, not necessarily a complaint, or like not necessarily a critique, but just like something that I noticed, was that the way I shaded and lightened everything made it look a little plasticky. So I blurred it out, and I think that definitely fixed a bit of the, not necessarily problem, but like notice. So I also was messing around with the layer modes, and I did the layer mode lighter color to obviously make it a lighter color. And I think that definitely worked. Like, I don't normally use like layer modes and stuff for things, which I probably should do more, but I don't normally do it that often, so I think it definitely worked for the intended purpose. So now I'm moving on to the background, which is the door, and I just did the eyedropper and bucket tools for certain portions. Like, obviously different places we're going to have a different color. So now I'm just working on the details, and I set the layer for details to multiply, which based on what I know for how it works, it's like it multiplies the color for the lower layer with the top layer, which sounds a little odd because how can you multiply colors, but I think it definitely worked. So I really like the details for the door. But now I'm working on the lighting, and the lighting is basically the same for what I did with Chocolate, just that now I'm doing it with yellow. So just blurring it out, just setting it to lighter color, lowering the opacity a little bit, and It turned out really well with this piece. I actually really like this piece a lot. But with that, the piece is done. And yeah, I really like how this turned out. I definitely think I did chocolate justice. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you want content similar to this. And with that, I hope you all have a magnificent day, and I will see you all later.